One lovely Saturday morning, Henry was puffing along. The sun shone, the fields were green, the birds sang. Henry had plenty of steam in his boiler, and he was feeling happy. "I feel so well," he sang.
Tree truck,
And his coaches. Henry saw some boys on a bridge. "Hello," he whistled cheerfully. He called the next moment. "Oh, oh, oh!" For the boys didn't wave and take his number. They dropped stones on him instead. They were silly, stupid boys who thought it would be fun to drop stones down his funnel. Some of the stones hit Henry's boiler and spoiled his paint. One hit the fireman on the head as he was shoveling coal, and others broke the carriage windows. It's a shame, hissed Henry.
They're broken our glass,
sobbed the coaches. The driver opened the first aid box, bandaged the fireman's head, and planned what he was going to do. They stopped the train, and the guard asked if any passengers were hurt. No one was hurt, but everyone was cross. They saw the fireman's bumped head and told him what to do for it, and they looked at Henry's paint.
"Call the police!"
they shouted angrily.
"No,"
said the driver.
"Leave it to Henry and me. We'll teach those lads a lesson."
"What will you do?"
they asked.
"Can you keep a secret?"
Yes,
they all said.
"Well then,"
said the driver.
"Henry is going to sneeze at them."
"What?"
cried all the passengers. The driver laughed.
"Henry draws air in through his fire and puffs it out with smoke and steam. When he puffs hard, the air blows ashes in from his fire into a smoke box, and these ashes can sometimes prevent him from puffing properly. When your nose is blocked, you sometimes sneeze. If Henry's smoke box is blocked, I can make air and steam blow the ashes out through his funnel. It will do it at the bridge and startle those boys."
Henry puffed on to the terminus, where he had a rest. Then he took the train back. Lots of people were waiting at the station just before the bridge. They wanted to see what would happen.
"Henry has plenty of ashes,"
said the driver.
"Please keep all the windows shut till we are past the bridge. Henry is as excited as we are, aren't you, old fellow?"
And he patted Henry's boiler. Henry didn't answer. He was feeling stuffed up, but he winked at his driver, like this. The guard's flag waved, his whistle blew, and they were off. Soon in the distance, they saw the bridge. There were the boys, and they all had stones.
"Are you ready, Henry?"
said his driver.
"Sneeze hard when I tell you. Now!"
said, and turned the handle. Achoo! Smoke and steam and ashes spouted from his funnel. They went all over the bridge and all over the boys, who ran away as black as soot.
"Well done, Henry,"
laughed his driver.
"They won't drop stones on engines again. Your coat is all black, but we'll rub you down and paint your scratches, and you'll be as good as new tomorrow."
Henry has never again sneezed under a bridge. The Fat Controller doesn't like it. His smoke box is always cleaned in the yard while he is resting. He has gone under more bridges than he can count. But from that day to this, there have been no more boys with stones. Toby is a tram engine. He is short and sturdy. He has cow catchers and side plates, and doesn't look like a steam engine at all. He takes trucks from farms and factories to the main line, and the big engines take them to London and elsewhere. His tram line runs along roads and through fields and villages. Toby rings his bell cheerfully to everyone he meets. He has a coach called Henrietta, who has seen better days. She complains because she has few passengers. Toby is attached to Henrietta and always takes her with him.
She might be useful one day.
He says, "It's not fair at all," grumbles Henrietta as the buses roar past, full of passengers. She remembers that she used to be full, and 9 trucks would rattle behind her. Now there are only 3 or 4, for the farms and factories send their goods mostly by lorry. Toby is always careful on the road. The cars, buses, and lorries often have accidents. Toby hasn't had an accident for years, but the buses are crowded, and Henrietta is empty.
I can't understand it.
Says Toby the tram engine. People come to see Toby, but they come by bus. They stare at him,
Easy Clank.
they say, and laugh. They make him so cross. One day, a car stopped close by, and a little boy jumped out.
Come on, Bridget.
He called to his sister, and together they ran across to Toby. 2 ladies and a stout gentleman followed. The gentleman looked important, but nice. The children ran back,
Come on, Grandfather, do look at this engine.
and seizing his hands, they almost dragged him along,
That's a tram engine, Stephen.
said the stout gentleman. Is it electric? Asked Bridget.
Whoosh!
Hissed Toby crossly. Said her brother.
You've offended him.
But trams are electric, aren't they?
They are mostly,
The stout gentleman answered.
but this is a steam tram.
May we go in there, Grandfather, please?
The guard had begun to blow his whistle,
Stop.
said the stout gentleman, and raised his hand. The guard, surprised, opened his mouth, and the whistle fell out. While he was picking it up, they all scrambled into Henrietta. Hip hip hooray, chanted Henrietta, and she rattled happily behind. Toby did not sing.
Electric indeed. Electric indeed.
He snorted. He was very hurt. The stout gentleman and his family got out at the junction, but waited for Toby to take them back to their car.
What is your name?
Asked the stout gentleman.
Toby, sir.
Thank you, Toby, for a very nice ride.
Thank you, sir.
Said Toby politely. He felt better now.
This gentleman is a gentleman who knows how to speak to engines.
The children came every day for a fortnight. Sometimes they rode with the guard, sometimes in empty trucks, and on the last day of all, the driver invited them into his cab. All were sorry when they had to go away. Stephen and Bridget said thank you to Toby, his driver, his fireman, and the guard. The stout gentleman gave them all a present.
Peep, 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 peep.
Whistled Toby,
Come again soon.
We will.
called the children, and they waved till Toby was out of sight. The months passed. Toby had few trucks and fewer passengers,
Our last day, Toby.
said his driver sadly one morning.
The manager says we must close up tomorrow.
That day, Henrietta had more passengers than she could manage. They rode in the trucks and crowded in the brake van, and the guard hadn't enough tickets to go round. The passengers joked and sang, but Toby and his driver wished they wouldn't,
Goodbye, Toby.
said the passengers afterwards.
We are sorry your line is closing down.
So am I.
Said Toby sadly. The last passenger left the station, and Toby puffed slowly to his shed.
Nobody wants me.
He thought, and went unhappily to sleep. Next morning the shed was flung open, and he woke with a start to see his fireman dancing a jig outside. His driver, excited, waved a piece of paper.
Wake up, Toby,
They shouted.
and listen to this. It's a letter from the stout gentleman.
Toby listened and... But I mustn't tell you any more, or I should spoil the next story.